What's going on, guys? It is Victoria and Ian from the RadioActive podcast in person. Look at this shit going down here. Ian, how does it feel to be up in the Great White North?
I tell you what, man, 3 years in the making. This shit's long overdue, but you guys do some really oddball shit up here. Like, you have some very odd practices. Like, for one thing, okay, so in the States, you see a yield sign, and it says yield in bold letters. You don't get the letters in one way, do not enter, yield, right? But stop sign still has the word stop on it. I guess we're just daft or something, I don't know.
Well, stop signs are, like, that shape is used for construction, too. So, I mean, I get that is the shape. But yield signs are, like, you don't use them too often, so.
Oh, what do you call this right here? What do you call it?
Beer.
No, you call it something else.
No, the fruity drinks are coolers. We don't say them by, like, their name. I don't know what you guys call them in the States, but
we call those drinks.
They're just coolers, like.
Oh, like, a seltzer. That's what we call
seltzer. That's the proper name, I mean. But I don't know, we call them coolers. That's just what they're called. Unless, like, you go somewhere and you specifically want, like, a Smirnoff or a Mike's or whatever. Like, then you have to, like, say what you want. But, like, I don't know. It's just go grab me a cooler, and that's what they are, so.
Oh, another thing, too. You know Dollar Tree, right? Obviously, and she can, like, drop a little picture right here if she wants to, but yeah, the Dollar Tree logo in the States just says Dollar Tree. Up here, oh, this is important, has to have the little Canadian leaf at the end of it. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Well, just think though, because like the Dollar Tree is like where you get your cheap like 4th of July stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
For us, it's like Canada Day, so I think we get a lot of like Canadian-made products at ours, right? So vice versa, but American-owned probably, I'm guessing, like most things are.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. But yeah, we're gonna do another full episode on Ian's experience being here and how we ended up here. But today, we are going to do a Q&A video. So we had some of you guys send in some questions for us. There's a couple here, and we shall answer them. And we will kick it off right now.
Let's do it.
All right. I think we should start with this one because this is podcast related.
Yeah.
So Unofficial Jocelyn asks, what made you guys want to start a podcast? And there is an obnoxious quad that just started, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but damn. Yeah, what made you guys want to start a podcast? I guess I can kick that off because I'm the one that started the podcast.
Sure, yeah.
Well, when I was 16, I started doing radio in Regina at the community radio station. And then COVID hit, so we weren't allowed in the station anymore. And I saw a lot of people, like All Press, Rock Sound, they were doing, like, Zoom interviews with artists. So I'm like, you know, why can't I do that? So, first person I had on the show that was, like, a bigger name was Lonnie Eagleton from Blackfield Brides. And just had a bunch of local people on there. And then that just turned into wanting to get more and more people that are bigger names in the rock scene on the show. So that led to kind of, you know, Lil Star, Jake Pitts, Jinx from Blackfield Brides, people like that. And then I was looking for a co-host, and finally in 2022 I stumbled upon Ian after they did their Cincinnati meetup. A bunch of them met up in Cincinnati at a Blackfield Bride show, and through Cassidy Downs I met Ian Eldridge, and yeah, I asked if he'd be interested, and he was all over it. So you can take it from there, Ian. What do you like about it? What made you want to take that position?
Well, I tell you what, man, this is something that never even flew under my radar at all whatsoever. I never dreamed that I would be able to do all this cool shit that I've been able to do. 3 years in the making. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. I had just gotten home from Cincinnati. I met up with Cassidy, Ruth, Nicole, Bellamy, Chris, Beersack, Andy Beersack's father, and a bunch of other people decided to show up too. And I think I was in my living room at my college apartment with my roommate. I think I was just hanging out, walking in the kitchen, and I got a DM from this cute little Canadian girl. She goes, "Oh, hey, do you have any interest in..."
That was not how it went. I DM'd Ian and said, "Hey, I saw you were in Cincinnati with these guys. Like, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Victoria." And then, like, a week later, I had said I was looking for a podcast host.
Oh, and I jumped on it. I'm
Yes.
like, you know what? That sounds really, really cool. It sounds like something I'd be really into, because if anybody watching this knows me personally, they know, oh, social anxiety fears Ian. And this is so true. I mean, you know, I like to think I'm a very personable guy, very energetic. Sometimes I could be a little much, but I thought with a podcast, I feel like that would be something I could excel in, you know what I mean? Something where I wouldn't be afraid to go talk to people, to go hand out flyers, do interviews with fans, do interviews with bands.
Well, and that was something you were able to do that I wasn't either, because you guys see way more bands, specifically like metal bands, than I do up here. So that was like a bonus for the podcast too.
Yeah.
Being able to do that for you.
You know, this is very true. And I mean, it just sounded very tantalizing, very exciting, and the rest is history, man. And I honestly, I commend Victoria for, you know, reaching out and just wanting to get this together, because this is something that has changed my life. I mean, really, I never thought in a million years that I'd do something this cool, this cultured, this neat. I've met people I really look up to. I've gotten to shake hands with countless artists. I've gotten to meet people on Zoom. I mean, this is just, you know, for me, I was always picked on a lot as a kid, as a young adult. I was bullied in high school, bullied in middle school. I got to college and I really excelled, made a lot of new friends, lost a lot of friends, but you know, for me, just being able to say, hey, you know, you guys gave me a lot of shit growing up, but I tell you what, look at what I've managed to accomplish through this podcast. And I mean, you know, it helps that my parents are really supportive of what I do here. Some of my friends think this is really cool. I've had a partner, she was supportive. I've had another partner more recently, she wasn't very supportive of this project, and I think that's a real shame, because again, this is just something that I love to do. This is something that brings me a lot of joy, and I couldn't be happier, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want to shout out some of the bands quick that we've interviewed for being so chill and supportive. First one coming to mind, Dark Divine. 100% Dark Divine. Yeah. Like, they've been so kind to us and always willing to meet up with Ian to do some interviews. We did a giveaway with them that Robbie helped us set up. Anthony's come on the show multiple times. Yeah, they're just super cool guys, making some big waves in the metal scene. So shout to Dark Divine, you know, Ricky Armelino, Patrick Galante, Miles Baker from Ice Nine Kills. Those were some big interviews. Cool.
Chris Biersack,
Yes.
Wheezy Wee, Heather Richardson,
Evan Potter.
Who's that dude? Christian Maravellis.
Yes. There's just been so many, and we're probably forgetting so many too. Half Past Dead, we can't forget about.
Oh,
Those,
Alex Black.
They are great supporters of the show.
What a guy. Love him.
They're great.
So much.
I know we're forgetting so many, but
we
that
have so
just
many.
proves, you know, we've had so many cool opportunities. So if we forgot anybody, I apologize. Lonnie Eagleton, kept about Lonnie. He's always willing to be on the show. So, yeah, shout out to those guys.
We just interviewed, 3 years time. We've just had on so many people. And the in-person content that I'm able to get, that's also a lot of fun to do. Danger Party is somebody who I think that was one of the first in-person interviews I really got. And that was pretty annoying back then because I had just started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was a little overbearing. And
you're just learning the ropes.
Learning the ropes. And I think Dylan, the frontman, was like, oh my God, this kid's so annoying. But yeah, we actually talked about it and we made up in 2023. So I think we're all gravy in that regard. But and then I've done, obviously, Dark Divine, getting to go on his tour bus. Anthony brought me on his tour bus, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is
Cassie
crazy.
texted me and was like, yo, Ian's on Dark Divine's tour bus. I'm like, I know. She's like, how did he get on there? I'm like, I don't know. We were baffled at that, but
oh man,
yeah, a lot of cool stuff, and a
good
lot
stuff.
more cool stuff to come. I mean, season 4 is winding down here. We just got these episodes pretty much left, and then we'll be kind of done for the summer, but I'm sure in the fall there's gonna be a lot more tours and music coming out. Lil Czar, we're coming for you when the new season drops and when you get some new music out. We're gonna get you on the show. Like, it's happening, you know?
I would really love to interview Lil Czar. That's been a goal of mine since I started with the podcast.
So another person that I know you had interviewed her, but another person that was really supportive of the podcast when I was starting out. So yeah, another great person. Yeah, you got some more questions on there?
I think I do. Yeah, we have a lot of these. Okay. Spooky Goth 769. I think I know who that is. I think that might be Courtney.
Courtney, I believe. Yeah.
Courtney.
Shout out Courtney, big supporter of the show.
Yeah, she's a big supporter. Love her so
supporter.
much. What was your favorite Blackville? Fucking mosquito. Oh, they got me. Courtney. She asks, "What is your favorite Blackville Brides music video?"
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are.
What is your favorite Blackville Brides music video?
I think for me, my favorite Blackville Brides music video, ever since I was a young man, it's always been The Legacy. It's just got that really cool Kiss, like Dio, AC/DC feel to it, right? It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, The Legacy is just such a very well put together video. I mean, you can't compare it to anything else that they've ever done. I mean, it's just so in your face. It's cool. They've got fire and shit going on. It's a lot of fun. Really groovy stuff. How about you?
I will always stand behind what I say about Rebel Love Song. That music video. I love the movie theater that they're playing in front of, or like whatever, the concert hall, whatever it is that they're playing in front of there with the lights. And just the setup they have in that video, I think it's really cool, super fun, and that song is fantastic. Yeah, it's hard to just narrow it down to one, because they have so many good ones, but probably Rebel Love Song comes to mind, and The Vengeance, super simple, but really, really cool. Just, they're in that old, like, warehouse unit, it almost looks like. So that one's pretty cool. Do you have like a top 3? It's really hard for me to narrow down. Like, for me, it would be like Rebel Love Song, The Vengeance, any of the Legion of the Black, like that whole movie, but that narrows it down to about 10 songs.
Yeah.
But and the live Crimson Skies video, I really like that one, that live concert one that they did.
That's crazy because I really like the animated version of Crimson Skies. I think that's
cool.
A candid approach.
Cool. Yeah.
Ice Nine Kills did the same thing with Take Your Pick. I thought that was really neat too. But if we're talking about top 3, I'd probably have to give it to The Legacy. Let me see. Probably Knives and Pens, because it's just such an iconic song, and I mean that video is just what gave them their start. Millions and millions of people tuned into that song, and you know, I thought Andy was just really good looking in that video too. He just looked like such a young prodigy, right? Oh, last one. Let me see.
There's so many. Like, you start looking at all the Legion of the Black music videos and stuff, and like those are all great. I'm trying to think, like Devil is a good live concert one.
Devil's a good one.
Scarlet Cross is cool with all the fire. That's a good one.
Coffin. I really like Coffin a lot. It's very angsty, very cryptic and creepy, and yeah, no, I think The Legacy, Knives and Pens, and Coffin, probably. Those are my top 3 videos for sure.
Those are great ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry if I butcher this username here. I assume, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. English Major, but we got Miranda _ how'd you pronounce that?
Gone.
28. asks. She asked a couple, and I think we'll get to all of them.
Yeah.
But first, let's do, how much do you get paid for this job, Ian?
We don't get paid shit.
We get paid in exposure and meeting new people.
Yeah,
and
man.
It's a very much, you don't get paid with money, but you get paid with a lot of connections.
Yeah.
Meeting a lot of new people. And I mean, it's kind of hard to make money doing a podcast unless you're under, say, like an alt press.
Yeah.
Or like a Octane, like where they're actually getting paid to go out and interview all these artists. But yeah, I mean, I take getting connections. That's enough for me, honestly.
Well, especially with what you want to do with your life. I mean, you're very passionate about guitar and music, and you want to be in a band.
That was kind of the original thing behind the podcast was, you know, I just genuinely care about the music, like, and it just interests me and just wanting to be in that scene of music. So it was always kind of just more of a connection thing than really making it a goal to make money. Because then you get to that point too, and for me, I want to focus on doing music. Like, I don't want to be too busy with the podcast where, you know, I'm making money and that's my top priority because I need to pay the bills, doing it, right?
Right.
So I also love doing it for fun, and getting to meet these people is just kind of a bonus.
Yeah, no, and I mean, you know, we work full-time jobs. Like, she works on a pretty enormous farm, might I say.
As we're filming from right now.
You can't see it, but it's gargantuan in stature. I mean, my God, it's huge. But, you know, she works. I also have a full-time job. I work 45, sometimes 50 hours a week. And then I sometimes do part-time work to bring in extra money. So, I mean, you know, with that, hanging out with friends and family, and, you know, when one of us gets a romantic interest involved, I mean, we just don't have a lot of time on our hands. So we do this because we love it. We do this because it's something we're very passionate about. And that in itself is very rewarding. It's not a materialistic kind of thing where you make money from it and you're like, wow, I feel, you know, complete. I feel satisfied. No, it's so much more than that, because this right here, right now, just finally getting to meet her and her family, it is nothing short of miraculous. I mean, you know, just having a horrific start to my year personally. I mean, a vacation to Canada is just what the doctor ordered. I mean, just getting to experience a different culture, a different way of thinking, is just wonderful. And it all circles back to RadioActive Podcast. Yeah.
Yep. Good way to put it.
Yeah.
You want to pick the next one?
Yeah, I'll pick the next one. We got a few more here. All right, I'm gonna do. This is a really good friend of ours, right? Really, really good friend.
You gotta keep it clean.
Gotta keep it clean. All right.
Clean.
Sassity Downs, also known as Cassidy Downs. Big shout out to her. She is absolutely wonderful. She asks, "What is your favorite guilty pleasure?" And for me, it's probably Raising Cane's chicken fingers. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I think there's just something about it that just really makes me happy. By the time I leave, I know what I'm gonna get. It's gonna taste good, and then by the time I'm done, I feel a little bit better. And then yeah, Raising Cane's. How about you?
I mean, I don't necessarily think, like, you know, it's not like a secret, like, I'll keep it a secret that I do this, but, like, I love WWE. That's, like, my guilty pleasure, watching that every week. Love wrestling. I know a lot of people, like, watching, they're like, oh, wrestling sucks, and then they go home and they watch it. Like, bro, I don't do that. I love wrestling. It's amazing. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of free time, but that is something I usually tend to make time for during the week, is to watch wrestling. It's something I've liked for many, many years, so, and I will continue to like it. And if you don't like it, well, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. D-Generation X. All right. Hopefully people got that reference. If you didn't, go watch some wrestling.
That one went over my head, man.
Go. Okay, there's a tag team back in, like, the 90s. They're called D-Generation X. It was Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And they had, like, a group of people with them. And they were the ones that started, like, the suck it thing. And they had, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. And they would do, like, the cross-arm suck it thing. Suck it. So that's where that comes from. So you guys got some homework to do. You look that up. And I'm just looking at my phone right now, and I think Blackville Brad just posted something, because our group chat is going absolutely insane right now. So
yeah, no, that's
stay
pretty
posted
crazy.
on that, guys. We'll see what that's about later. Okay, so we got 2 more here from Miranda_Gong28. She was asking all the questions here. So we got 2 more for those, and then we'll be wrapping up here. So, Ian, what member of Black Veil Brides is your favorite, and what was the first song you heard by them?
Okay. So this is actually a really cool story. When I was 14 years old, I was in my room and I was trying to listen to some new music, get exposed to something new. And there was a guy in my marching band, right? I was in the Oakville High School marching
a young boy?
Tigers. Yeah, he was a young guy. We were in the same trumpet section, right? And he would always be wearing a Black Veil Brides t-shirt. He wore a Black Veil Brides t-shirt probably every single freaking day. And his name is Joe. Shout out to Joe Allen. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, man, but it's kind of the reason why we're here right now to begin with. It all circles back to this particular day where I was exposed to a band that would ultimately change my life. So I was in my room, I was on my phone, I'm like, okay, what's that band called that Joe really likes? It's Black Veil Brides. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, here we go, let's do it. And I'd never been a big metalhead at the time. I listened to classic rock, and then my buddies in my inner circle loved rap. So they like Rick Ross, Wiz Khalifa, Eminem, Meek Mill, Logic. I'm missing a few probably, but yeah, that's what I grew up listening to, are rappers and classic rock musicians. So hearing the intro guitar riff to Knives and Pens was life-changing for me, because I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is so cool, dude. I want to show everybody I know. I think this is really neat. And then Andy, of course, has always been my favorite member. And I know that's a pretty generic answer, but hear me out on this. So the reason why Andy is my favorite member of the band is because he's an only child, right? And speaking as an only child myself, I find that only children have a different understanding of each other, right? And I was always, like I said earlier in the video, I was always bullied, I was harassed, I was picked on a lot for just being me or wanting to be myself. And I feel like Andy in particular just had, zero tolerance for just bullshit. Anybody was poking fun at his band, right? He'd jump into the crowd and beat their ass, right? And that's something I have a lot of respect for. Because, there have been so many occasions where I would just want to go and punch some dude in the jaw or knock his teeth down his throat or something like that, right? Or if a girl was just belittling me or making fun of me, or a woman, I just want to go spit in their face or something, right? I mean, it just, no tolerance for any harassment or bullying. Bullying is something that I think is my biggest pet peeve. I hate bullying. I can't stand it. Although there's a pretty important distinction between, bullying and poking fun. Which she's been poking fun at me the entire time I've been up here.
Me? What about you? You've been doing a Canadian accent for the last 3 days. And no one even talks like that right here.
I mean, a few people do.
There were some French people at the RCMP museum the other day that were yesterday, did you see them?
Yeah, I saw
them. I think they're from Quebec or something, because they were speaking gnarly French, and they had gnarly accents, and I was like, this is perfect. So, yeah. But anyway, that was a little sidebar.
Yeah, sidebar.
Yeah.
So how about you? I just feel like I went on a pretty long tangent there.
Mine's going to be kind of long, too.
Yeah, go for it.
Because, my sister used to listen to Black Veil Brides when she was in high school, and then, of course, I was in, middle school, and I was kind of oh, what's this emo music you're listening to? That's weird, whatever, the classic, what people assume before they actually listen to it. And now Here I am. Right. I love this shit. But so she used to listen to it, and the first song I probably heard, if we're going back that far, was probably In the End or Faithless or something, because she had BB4. It was probably something off there, but I don't even remember. If we're actually going to what I remember, it was probably Wake Up. because 2018, 2019-ish, whenever the album got released, on our music video channel, Wake Up was on like the top 10 countdown, or top 15, whatever the hell it was. So I remember seeing it and being like, oh, that's like, I'd heard the band before, but they looked a little different from the last time I saw them, because the last time I would have seen a picture of them was like Set the World on Fire makeup, and they had no makeup at that time. So that was probably the first song that I like can actually like put a finger on hearing for them for the first time. And then The Vengeance would have been like the one that got me into the band, was because when Lonnie joined. Yeah, so The Vengeance, I classify that as the first song I actually like paid attention to listen to, made an effort to listen to it. And favorite member, that was really tough, but I'd probably say Lonnie.
Yeah, I know.
I'd probably have to say Lonnie, just because I've become, it's weird saying friends, but like at this point I feel like, you know, I'm friends with him. I've known him for 5 years. I take lessons from him every week, chat with him about day-to-day things, so I'd say we're friends, you know?
Yeah.
But he has learned a lot about me. I always joke he's my guitar teacher / therapist, because like I remember coming home from school some days and just like having a bad day, and him being like, well like, what's up? Like, tell me what's going on? Like, you know, and there's, at that point, there's not many people that, you know, took that interest or time to, you know, ask how my day was. So yeah, I'd say Lonnie. I mean, he's a really good guitar player, so he has inspired me a lot to play, but I can't take anything away from the other guys, like Jake and Jinx too, as a guitarist. Like, they've inspired me a lot too, playing guitar, and they're just cool guys. Like Jake Pitts, holy crap, such a cool dude, and Jinx is the nicest human being on this planet. And then Cece and Andy are cool dudes too. So love the whole band. They're all great guys, but Lonnie Eagleton has to be my #1 member, I would have to say. So.
Oh yeah, dude.
We got, I think, you good for one more question?
We got one more, right?
This one's kind of fun, because we've talked about this. This one right there.
Will you invite fans on the podcast? I don't know. What do you think?
We've, you know, talked about it a couple times. Not for interviews or anything, obviously, because that, as Ian, you know, because you came up not knowing anything about how to interview people. It's kind of a learning experience.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. Yeah,
it's kind of, you have to know how to mix your professionalism with fun, but not get like fangirly, right? So it's like, it's a learning thing. So I don't think we'd ever have, other than Casty with Lonnie, like that's just a staple that we kind of do.
Different, yeah.
But like, I don't think we'd ever do it for interviews, but we've talked about doing a couple episodes with some fans of the show come on, and you know, they pick the topic or they pick the band that they want to talk about or do whatever on the episode, and they can kind of be like guest co-hosts for the day.
Yeah,
we've talked about doing that. So if anyone's interested in that, like, you know, let us know and maybe we'll make it happen. And I think that'd kind of be fun. But I know Hearts to Hearts is kind of, they're the masters of having fans on the show, so.
Oh yeah,
might have to. We might need a couple tips from Ruth and Nicole over at Hearts to Hearts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're always bringing fans on and doing some cool shit. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe in the future we'll do that. Maybe that's something for season 5. So if you guys are interested in that, let us know.
Are we gonna change the color scheme, or are we gonna?
No, we're staying blue. We'll be blue for a while. Yeah, I like the blue.
I like the blue too.
Cool. We'll be blue.
Pretty slick.
We'll be blue for a while.
Pretty good.
Hopefully a couple years.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I like changing colors. So.
Is it raining?
No, just the leaves. It is raining, guys.
It's raining.
Okay, listen. So it's raining, and we gotta take all of this electrical stuff inside. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us today. We have another episode coming later. And it's really starting to rain. Okay, guys.
It's coming down.
Take care. We will chat with you guys on the next episode of RadioActive.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody.